They haven't chosen you.
Have the men given up? I'm serious. They just like stopped. They don't want to have sex anymore. They don't want to go on dates with women.
We're so not okay. If you go on a date with a guy and you're thinking the green flags with that he made the reservation, picked you up and walked you home, we have lost the fucking plot. Oh my god, oh my god. Trophy, get him a trophy. That is bare minimum. Oh my god.
Do not tolerate the bare minimum. Do not
love bitches. That is exactly how they fall in love. They most certainly do not fall in love when you give them everything. They fall in love when they think you might leave. And that is exactly why some of you are stuck. Men don't value women because they're nice. Men value women they have to try to keep. The second a man thinks you're going to tolerate everything, his effort dropped. And self-love, baby. Leave that man and he'll come running back.
do not tolerate the bare minimum. Do not tolerate bullshit. Men love bitches and men love people that have self-worth.
Okay, so what if I told you the thing that's going to make him obsessed with you is when you're distant? What if I told you that that's literally the thing that makes a man fall in love with you? Distance.
Men are no longer intrigued in dating women, and the reasons are becoming obvious. In this video, we'll be breaking down the exact dynamics of dating in 2026, starting with this woman calling out men for not being captured by sex, and rather engaging in intimate relationships. I mean the lasting ones. The women are not having it. Stick around as we uncover why many relationships are left out in the cold.
Hot take, but I am a single 40-year-old woman. I have not been on a date in almost a year, and the longer I go without going on a date, the less I want to go on a date. My fellow older single women, we're talking 40 plus. Let me know if I'm alone here. Because something about being older and being so comfortable with yourself and your own company and valuing your peace so much, I feel like I would just have to be so interested in someone to even entertain the idea of disrupting that. Let me know if I'm alone here, because I don't think I am.
I'm 28, and I always assumed that by this point I would be engaged or married or have a child, whatever. But as the years have gone on and there has been failed dating experiences, I ended last year really happy, like just really happy, single, doing my own thing, not caring. And I've come into this year in the same mindset, and it's one of the like happiest, healthiest mindsets I think I've ever had in my life.
I am single because I want to be, because I don't have a lot of time in my life, because I do have a job that I love and that I put my heart and soul into. I do have my children that I love that I put my heart and soul into. I also have interests and hobbies outside of them that I love to do, that I put my heart and soul into. It doesn't mean that I don't have time for a man. What it means is that that person has to match my energy.
Single for the first time ever since you were like a teenager. I've been single for 7 months, which is the longest I've ever been single in my life. I've always jumped from relationship to relationship.
Why is a woman not committing to you, but she keeps you around? She says all the things about how much fun she has, how great of a person you are, but she will not commit to a relationship with you. It's very simple. Her not committing to you is her basically saying, without saying, I don't want to lock myself down with you. That's what that is. A woman knows very quickly if she wants to be with somebody long term. And if she is not committing to you, she's allowing you to find somebody, and she's allowing herself to find somebody without verbally saying that to you, because she doesn't want you going somewhere, because the time that you spend does something for her.
If you're afraid to bring up your feelings or commitment to a guy that you are seeing or fucking because you're afraid that you're going to scare them off, the right guy will not be scared off. Nothing you say will scare him off. You sharing your feelings to a guy will only scare him off if he doesn't want to be with you. And then you know right then and there. But it wasn't because you shared your feelings. It was because they just didn't want to be with you and they don't want commitment, and they'll come up with any type of excuse to not be together. I don't give a fuck about distance, about your scholarship, about your finance job, anything bullshit. If a guy wants to be with you, he will be with you. And if you want to be with him, you should feel empowered to bring that up to him. You should feel comfortable and safe to share your feelings to him. And if you don't, it's not your guy. Because why the fuck would you want to be dating someone, seeing them, fucking them, kissing them, rubbing them? How would you want to let someone in your life that doesn't want to be with you?
Some women tear up after years without a real partner, exhausted by well-meaning advice that never seems to work. Others describe dating men who offer excitement but pull back at the first sign of seriousness. Ghosting, keeping things casual, or simply not matching emotional investment. Then the common trend emerges. Many women feel they've outgrown their available options, build independent lives, or know their worth, simply refusing to settle for less than mutual respect, ambition, or commitment. But that choosiness, while empowering, can lead to prolonged singledom.
Women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
If that woman fumbled you, she lost a good man. And honestly, that's her problem. Because a man who's consistent, loyal, who shows up, that's rare nowadays. So no, don't be sad. Be happy. She's gonna realize it later when it's too late.
And we were just talking about how men never approach women.
Is this seriously coming as a surprise? And no, it's not for the following reasons about to be mentioned.
And I get it, it's nerve-wracking, it's uncomfortable, it could be like severe rejection, all these things,
But what?
it's frustrating when it feels like women have to do all of the work. So what is it? Like what do women need to do to be approachable?
Oh, that's such a good question. But I really don't think that a lot of women, at least some women, are ready to quite hear the answer to that one.
Modern women are going on TikTok to whine about men not approaching them. Back in the day, it was simple. A guy saw a pretty woman, walked up to her and said hi. Of course, women called that predatory and patriarchy, and now everything's messed up. Men not approaching women anymore.
My last relationship, honestly, I've been through hell and back just trying to get over that, realizing that it's better not to just jump into something just because you're lonely. Instead, taking a step back and like trying to find yourself.
You haven't really lived as a woman until you've experienced like a soul crushing heartbreak that instead of actually processing properly, you immediately get yourself into a situationship that's like way worse than the relationship that you just got out of, but you kind of use that as your crutch for a bit. And then when that ultimately doesn't work out and you know the entire time it's not going to work out, you then have to like have another little heartbreak, which is actually like just as bad or even worse than the first initial one that you never processed. Then you have to process both of them at the same fucking time. You feel like you're going to lose your mind. And then after that, you kind of feel okay. And that's just part of growing as a woman.
You just want to be chosen, right? You have that itch in your brain. Your ego is like furious that you're not chosen, right? You're overestimating how much you like that guy. Honest to God. I hate to be the one to tell you, but you're sitting here being so hung up about this guy when you actually don't even like him that much. You really just want to be chosen. Because 9 times out of 10, that guy is not actually treating you that well. In fact, he kind of sucks, right? Like, that's how you're in this predicament. Because you're like, how do I get more effort out of him? How do I get him to choose me? You just want to be chosen, right? You have that itch in your brain. Your ego is like furious that you're not chosen, right? And you a zillion times, like, being pressed over a loser because my brain was just like, what do you mean I'm not chosen? Like, red alert. We are going to be chosen.
And I don't know if y'all boys have just gotten really like good or like disciplined at like not like having eyes at the gym, but I used to go to the gym and like it used to be like all eyes on me type shit. And I'm not being like conceited or nothing, but it really used to be like that. And there's always like a couple like few like that just be like like really staring at you. But the cute ones, I'm like, damn, like, you know, the ones that like get you excited to go to the gym and like work out, like, bro, they don't even like look at you. Like, damn, y'all either got girlfriends loyal as fuck, or
I don't bring anything to the table, and I don't really want to bring anything to the table. I don't even really want to be sat on this table, to be honest. I actually really don't know.
Someone can explain to me what's going on, because as long as men are not approaching women, they are going to be single. And women are having a great time. From what I've seen, single women are having a great time. Yes, maybe they want boyfriends, they want to hook up, but single women are having a great time. The single men, I don't know, not so much. What do you think?
Many women today feel they've already built a table for themselves. Careers, emotional intelligence, stability, self-sufficiency. They're rejecting the old expectations that they must serve or prove their worth through traditional domestic roles. Instead, they want a true partner who adds real value, not someone seeking a helper. This mindset comes from hard-won independence, past disappointments, and a desire for equal reciprocal relationships. The real question is, in a world where both sides feel exhausted by unbalanced effort, can we move past defensive towards genuine collaboration?
Guys, let me tell you something. When you hear a woman saying, I don't need a man, leave, walk away, done, bye. You don't need one? Oh, and you know what they'll be doing, by the way? The toilet breaks. Who are they going to call? The car can't turn on. Flat tire in the morning. Anything wrong. Oh, the roof. Oh, God, it's a flood, right? Who are they going to call? You know who shows up? A man. A man shows up for everything in society that actually runs society, right? Your roads, your bridges, your construction, your gasoline, everything. Who shows up to fix those things? A man. So any woman that says she doesn't need a man is lying to herself, both in her personal life and in her life at large. She's delusional.
And I don't think enough people talk about that, just how crazy it is being in your 40s and being on your own for the first time ever. By the time you're that age, you think you have it all figured out. You're fucking know everything. When you go from always having somebody to not having anyone to lean on. And I'm just not used to being by myself. I realized in my 40s, I don't even know how to change a smoke alarm battery. I don't even know how to change a drill bit in a drill. There's so many things that I still don't know how to do because I never had to do it for myself. And it's been an eye-opening thing for me.
Now, I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat,
right,
than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
There was a study called from the Pew Center Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman?
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's the sad reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of
What
a
do you
headache
think?
to have
Here
to
we
deal
go.
with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Now I got to take you out. I got to hear what you had to tell your whole day. I got
That's
to.
why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then I got to get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Call on the
So you
phone.
rather hand?
Hey, listen, I'm married.
Hey, you always gotta say. Okay, so
I don't got these nigga problems.
if you wasn't married,
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
For 40 years, women have told men to leave them alone. Don't approach me, you creep, they would all say. And it turns out if you keep telling men to stay away from you, they will.
Women fall in love in 3 stages. And if any of those stages are missing, the relationship will either break down very quickly or it'll break down very slowly, but it will break down. And I call it the 3 A's. The first thing is women have to be truly attracted to their man in order for the relationship to actually turn into love at some stage. There has to be physical attraction. Because naturally that fades with time and, with so much familiarity. If we don't have that to begin with, it can be.
You don't even want that man. You want him to want you, though. You want him to want you. You don't even like him. You don't even like him. It doesn't even make sense. He's not even that good looking. Do not go down the rabbit hole of chasing a guy that you're not even that attracted to just simply because you want him to want you back. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to waste years of your life.
The good men, they're still here. They're just no longer willing to compete in arenas where the rules change daily. And the penalties for stepping out of line are severe. They're simply choosing self-respect over validation, peace over performance, real standards over performative masculinity. But the real question here is it all worth it? Stay woke and let's find out.
The text that you send her does something for her. The thing you need to look at is, what is it doing for you? Is it making you question your self-worth? Are you getting crazy thinking, well, she said this, but she's doing this. I don't understand. That is not good for you. You remove yourself from that situation so you can find somebody who wants to commit to you, because she doesn't want you to find somebody else. And if you're with somebody that won't commit to you but doesn't want you to find somebody else, that is selfish, and you still need to remove yourself, because
this is uncomfortable, but it's true. Good men tend to struggle way more than toxic men when it comes to dating. And this is not because women prefer toxicity, but because dating rewards certainty, not morality. And good men tend to ask for things like clarity. They wait for signals. They avoid pressure. And they prioritize comfort and emotional safety. And toxic men, they do the opposite. They act first, they assume access, and they create emotional intensity versus emotional safety. The dating environment does not evaluate long-term suitability. It responds to immediacy. Attraction happens before discernment, and intensity is a lot easier to feel than stability. So when men are told just be a good guy and it'll work out, they're being given advice optimized for relationships, not selection. And this creates confusion because men who are doing the most internal work often receive the least early amounts of feedback. It doesn't mean that goodness is unattractive. It means that goodness alone doesn't communicate desire. And until men are taught how attraction actually forms, many will continue to mistake rejection for inadequacy when it's really just misaligned.
That's why the relationship with the 28-year-old is unequal and she's being predatory. Men and women live lives on different cycles. At 28, a woman is feeling pressure from every single direction. She's got her family, biology, time. She's not dating for love. She's negotiating with insurance. Every decision feels heavier because her clock is louder and a man at 38 years old is entering his prime. Carl Jung said a man's life begins at 40. His money's better. His judgment's better. His confidence is real. Men spend their 20s getting punched in the face. We spend our 30s learning how to punch back. You're 38 years old. It's unfair to be with a 28-year-old woman. She's too old for you. She's being predatory. That's why the relationship with the 28-year-old is unequal and she's being predatory.
Okay, let's be honest. Plenty of men have expectations too. Some want youth, some want beauty, some even just want traditional values. Others want emotional support without providing the same thing in return. Everybody comes to the list. The problem isn't having preferences. The real problem is when preferences become entitlement. And then entitlement in turn becomes grudges. You need to understand that nobody owes us the exact partner we imagine in our heads.
I don't think people realize this is going to become extremely common. I am okay to finish my life being single. Being single.
Come on,
hey,
that's not going to happen.
I would rather die as a single man, having never gotten laid before, than wife up a lady who's absolutely contentious, who makes me want to sit in the corner of my roof, who makes me want to run out into the desert and die there.
Proverbs 21:19.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life, because that sounds so much better.
I think this is becoming more of a man's view in this day and time. My
Agreed.
son is 18, and I was like, you don't want to have a girlfriend? He's like, I don't want to invest time and money and everything in a girl that I don't want to marry that's been with all my friends.
I don't think people realize this is going to become extremely common, where men, like generally speaking, in their nature, don't really need other people with them. I mean, I can go to church. I have my boys at church. Like, that's my community. I don't need to have a wife. I definitely want one, but I don't need it. Whereas women in general, psychologically, sociologically, they need that partner. And when we find women who are single in their 50s and 60s, they're crushed.
What do you think most women misunderstand about male dating frustration?
Men want to settle down. If you look at the data, the most recent data around young men, they want families still, they want marriage, they want commitment, they want legacy, they want to build something. The problem with women is that women set the standards for how other women operate. This is called intersexual competition. And with social media, with Botox, is for men to choose from when it comes to long-term commitment.